Christmas Eve on IBC. You'll love it.
We have spent $40 million on a live TV show. You guys have got an ad with America's favorite old fart reading a book in front of a fireplace. Now, I have to kill all of you.
Towel.
Your brother? Towel.
Merry Christmas, Miss Cooley.
Call security. Have them change his locks, clean out his desk, and toss him out of the building.
If you don't change your ways, you're going to wind up doomed, just as I am.
You're an hallucination brought on by alcohol. How do you know my name?
I know absolutely everything, Frank. You see, I'm the ghost.
Close your eyes.
No, you close your eyes. I'm through.
Awesome. Close your eyes.
For a couple of hours out of the whole year, we are the people that we always hoped we would be. It's a miracle. Come on, let's hear it from all you folks out there. Come on. You don't know the words. Come on.
Good evening. Welcome to this week's edition of the WayBack Movies Podcast, a show where we review the best and not so best of 80s and 90s cinema, because really, fuck the 2000s. My name is Steve, and with me on this crazy journey, Doctor. And we're back with yet another really, really cynical Christmas movie. Because
this one's got a little bit more heart in it.
It does, in the end.
Yeah, in the end.
He gets there. It's our version of It's a Wonderful Life, almost. Where it actually turns out pretty well.
And my favorite Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
As stated by me last week.
Yes.
And more controversially, my favorite Bill Murray movie.
That's the controversial one. I can't go with you on that. There's an argument to be made about the Christmas movie. It might be on my list if Die Hard didn't exist.
Right.
But we already covered that last year, and I already explained, yes, that is, in my opinion, the
greatest
Christmas movie
we
ever.
don't want to get into the whole arguments.
Well, the argument is it's a Christmas movie, and if you don't think so, you're just wrong. Because if It's a Wonderful Life counts, so does this. So eat a dick. Moving on. Yet again, here we go. Yeah. All right, so that was last year. This is this year. So this year, of course, as you heard from the intro, that would be Scrooged from November 23rd, 1988. Yet another Christmas movie that did not debut in December. Because that's not how we do these things.
Why would you want to do something crazy like that?
Yeah, well, you know what? I was thinking about it the other day, and I kind of understand it. It makes some sense in the sense of, like, well, you want it to be in theaters for a minute before Christmas actually hits.
Yeah.
Aside from, because there's always some movies that are always released on Christmas Day anyway, and you don't want to compete with those because those are already going to have an uphill battle to begin with. So studios are kind of nice enough to be like, all right, you guys have what you want. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a goodwill situation.
And now people don't want to do that anytime around here because the fucking House of Mouse has got December locked down. Yeah, whether people like it or fucking not.
Yeah, the fucking mouse has everybody by the balls, but you know. And that's why they, got investigated by the government. Because, monopolies are a thing, guys. Anyway, so back to Scrooged. Let's go jump in the WayBack Machine to 1988 for Scrooged. And the WayBack Machine is malfunctioning.
Oh, no.
There we go. New WayBack Machine. It's a little fucky. I'll get the hang of it.
Go down into the bowels of the WayBack Machine to go give it a tinker.
Yeah, a little bit. So yes, Scrooge, November 23rd, 1988. Directed by Richard Donner, a.k.a. Dick Donner, which apparently we're all supposed to call him. No, we're all supposed to call him that. He
Double
said on the Superman big
called
giant
me
axe
Dick.
box. Yeah, he did. He literally was like, my friends call me Dick, and by buying this, you're all his friends. So if you've bought that thing, you're allowed to call him Dick Donner. So I'm going to do that.
All right.
So, my buddy Dick.
Old Dickie D.
I swear to God, I need to meet a friend named Richard just so I can call him Dick. I just need to.
How you know, Dick?
I had several Uncle Dicks growing up.
Well, I mean, I know.
And I had Dick Uncles.
I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing.
I'll show myself out. Produced by Art Linson and Dick Donner. Screenplay by Mitch Glazer and Michael O'Donoghue, based on A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
No!
Kind of.
Well, it's kind of.
Fair. Production company, Mirage Productions. Distributed by Paramount Pictures, a box office of $60.3 million against a budget of $32 million.
A little bit of profit. Nothing
really
crazy.
Profitable.
Nothing
Not
crazy.
really.
No, I mean, plus you add now, 20 years.
We got to talk about it just at the time because remember, we jumped in the WayBack Machine. We're in 1988.
Fair enough.
So,
We've talked about literally every other movie, and it's made money since then.
Kayfabe.
Oh, that's the wrong podcast.
Wrestling fans are laughing, I hope. Bill Murray plays Frank Cross. Karen Allen plays Claire Phillips. John Forsythe is Lou Howard. John Glover is Bryce Cummings. Alfre Woodard as Grace Cooley. Bobcat Goldthwait is Elliot Loudermilk. Johansson is the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Buster Poindexter.
Yes. Carol Kane is the Ghost of Christmas Present. Nicholas Phillips is Calvin Cooley. Robert Mitchum is Preston Rhinelander. I don't know why I always have trouble, but actually seeing that in print is really hard to read. Michael J. Pollard is Herman. Mary Ellen Trainor is Ted. Mabel King is Grandma. And John Murray is James Cross. Oh, we have more. I apologize. Wendy Malick is Wendy Cross. Brian Doyle Murray is Earl Cross. And Lisa Mendy as Doris Cross.
All the Murrays are here.
All the Murrays are here and accounted for. So, production of this little motion picture. Murray had the opportunity to work on Scrooged over 2 years earlier, but was taking a 4-year hiatus following the success of Ghostbusters, which he found overwhelming. When he did feel the desire to return to acting, he said the scripts were just not that good, and he returned to the Scrooge project as he found the idea of making a funny Scrooge appealing. He worked with Glazer and O'Donoghue on reworking the script before agreeing to join the project, whom Murray had previously worked on in Saturday Night Live, until Murray was confident enough to begin filming. Murray wanted several changes to the script once he joined the project. Among other changes, the romantic plot with Karen Allen's Claire was expanded, and the family scenes were reworked as Murray felt they were a little bit off. It's funny because
like his parents or his brother?
It didn't say. It just said family scenes. I don't know. Because I think the thing with his brother, not the brother, sorry.
Because the brother stuff kind of felt forced.
Yeah, it really did. Because it comes out of nowhere.
Because his dad and his mom, obviously he's got to go to the past, so that's where you go.
Yeah, that makes sense. But the brother stuff does seem a little...
Him with his brother initially on the streets of New York was fine.
Great. Yes.
Them going there, I mean, I guess if you go through the Christmas Carol, it does,
Well, no, that part makes sense. It's the end part that sort of, it seems a little bit much.
Yeah.
I don't know, because
they wouldn't want to pull on it, though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But
he's got to be nice to everyone.
Yeah, but it does seem a little ham-fisted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it still works. Yeah, it's weird because, what's it called? I recently, literally, this morning, heard about the original O'Donoghue script was really dark, like ridiculously so.
There's hints of it here.
Exactly, and that's what they were saying. This interview I heard was that, there's hints of the darkness in there, but apparently the original script is significant, like really ridiculously dark, and it might not have even been a comedy.
Right. Which doesn't make any sense.
This might have been literally Bill Murray's hands on it making it a comedy, because it might have just been this ridiculously dark film. I don't know for sure because that script has never surfaced.
Seen the light of day.
But God, how much I'd like to read that.
Yeah.
Murray described as being the meanest person in the world as Frank Cross as fun. He described his challenge as having an edge, but then completing Cross's transformation into a decent person at the end. Murray said, being a decent person is not that hard, but acting like one is. You sure, buddy? There's a lot of rumors about Bill Murray.
There's a lot of stories as well. There's a very nice documentary about him being a swell guy.
It's a weird thing because if you talk to some people, they absolutely hate him and think he's like the biggest prick in the world. But then there's some where it's just like Bill Murray's the sweetest, nicest, kindest human being ever. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is.
I would like to believe the documentary that I watched where he goes to house parties and does dishes and talks to dudes in bars and just kind of and then treats them at the end of the night like they were friends for 20 years.
All of that has been true because apparently there was a Groundhog Day musical.
Yeah.
He showed up the opening night and sat there for the first half, and then at intermission went out and just said, "This is amazing," and bought everybody concessions.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then he left.
So I want that.
I want that Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Now, I'm sure, again, like Chevy Chase last week, I'm sure there's stories of him being a curmudgeon or a straight-up prick to some people, and that's kind of just his personality.
Yeah.
You can't change that, but...
I mean... He's a weirdo. That's the thing.
He's
a weirdo, and maybe he's
some
just
people
rubbing
don't know
people.
how to handle
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
that.
he's just rubbing people the wrong way because he's a fucking weirdo. Because he's straight up a weirdo. In when I have a movie that we cover with Bill Murray that doesn't have quite as many notes, we'll get into some of the stuff about Bill Murray because he's a fascinating person.
Mm.
But in the future, we'll cover that because if you think this is the only Bill Murray movie you're doing, you're sadly mistaken. Where the hell was I? I literally lost my place. Bear with me. I'm still exhausted.
The script.
Murray also endured some physical pain during his encounters with Carol Kane's character, insisting that she actually hit him during their scenes together, and at one point tearing the inside of his lip when Kane pulled his lip too hard, stopping production for a few days. Kane herself said, "I hit Bill Murray with a toaster, and with my wings. I kicked him in areas that weren't pleasant for him. I had fun. I don't think it was fun for Bill, because he was the victim. I did what the stunt people told me, and when I had to flap my wings in his face, I really couldn't control them." Contrary to that, Donner and Murray said that Kane would sometimes experience long crying periods during filming, caused by frustration during the violent scenes, because she really didn't want to hurt him.
Aww.
That's just, I love Carol Kane so much.
Oh my god, she's amazing on
so
Kimmy Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's hilarious.
Gotham as well.
Yeah, yes.
She was really good in that. Like, Carol Kane is awesome. And of course, Taxi. Come on. I love her so much. Carol Kane's ghost was intended to have a body double for ballet scenes until set designer saw Kane rehearsing the dance and convinced Donner that the resulting scene would be funnier with Kane's, quote, horrible dancing.
Yeah.
Because it was.
It's right. That's right, because why have her be like a perfect ballerina? It's funnier that she's like
just
failing
very
miserably.
Awkward and weird. Yeah, no, it worked amazingly. All I can say is, no shit. Comedian Sam Kinison was considered for the role of the Ghost of Christmas Past before it went to musician David Johansen of the New York Dolls.
Yep.
Again, no shit. That was clearly his role that he didn't take, and I don't know why. I was wondering, like, why the hell he wasn't given this role. Seems very strange, but, it is what it is. Robert Mitchum cameos as Frank's boss, Preston Reinholder. The actor was not interested in the small role, but Donner asked him to meet with Murray, who convinced him to take the part. Because, again, Bill Murray can be charming. Lee Majors cameos as himself in the film after being contacted directly by Donner.
Majors!
Majors carried the same converted M134 minigun used in Predator by Jesse Ventura, which he, of course, found too difficult to hold.
Yes, because he's not 6'6", 300 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, as it turns out, Jesse Ventura, nicknamed The Body, might have some muscles or two. Just saying. Scrooged was filmed mostly on sets in Hollywood. Exterior shots of the IBC building were filmed outside of the Seagram building in New York City. Filming began in December 1987. With Christmas approaching, Dick Donner asked if the production could have Christmas Day off. But Paramount Pictures executives refused, insisting that filming should continue on Christmas Day. So, at the end of the day on December 24th, 1987, Donner officially fired the entire cast and crew. 2 days later, on December 26th, he officially rehired everyone. Because Dick Donner is fucking awesome. Yes, he can. He has all the power in the world to fire anybody on set.
And rehire anyone he wants.
So,
at the end of the day, he's like, you're all fired.
Uh-huh. And by the way, are you going to tell Superman's Richard Donner that he cannot fire anyone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then, 2 days later, he's like, okay.
Well, everyone's fired. I'm pretty confident somebody went, all right, I get it. Okay. Please don't make us file the fucking paperwork. I'm hoping that happened. I hope he didn't tell people they had to fire the
No, I'm sure he was just like, all right, just come back on the 26th, but you're all fired. Get out of here. Merry Christmas.
Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass.
Happy Hanukkah.
The scene where Frank is falling on his way out of the restaurant is said to have been unscripted and a genuine accident. Apparently, it was due to the stairs still being wet after the splashing of the waiter with water that caused him to lose his footing.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, really. Yeah, supposedly he just fell.
Happy accident of a pratfall.
And he is the kind of guy who, when he stands up, would just do the whole straightening of the suit and walk out because he knows when funny is funny.